Hi everyone, Claire Maxwell here at Embodied Learning Systems. Today's video is about compassion fatigue. So maybe you're here watching me now because you've been following my series on the 12 cranial nerves. And if so, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I have progressed through all the nerves to the vagus nerve, but today I am going to back up and go back to the beginning because I'm so excited. I'm going to be leading a weekend workshop on the first 4 cranial nerves. If you're here because you Googled compassion fatigue, and maybe you're a person who's like a therapist who works online, maybe you're an embodiment professional, maybe you're just a regular person who has a job that puts you in a situation where you are contacting people who are suffering trauma right now, small traumas to large traumas. Compassion fatigue is a modern word for something as old as the hills, which is the pain we feel when we see somebody else suffering. And it's not a bad part of us, but it can get overwhelming. So where does cranial nerve sequencing come in? I'm so excited after doing this work for over 20 years that I'm getting clearer and clearer that most of our embodiment practices are a little bit too complicated for our poor, traumatized beings. And I think that one of the first basic responses to trauma is that either we withdraw deep inside or we become a little bit too outside ourselves and we lose track of ourselves. And so cranial nerve sequencing is like a prequel. It's like the first Star Wars movie. If you go see a movie about sensory motor psychotherapy, some incredible form like that, or like polyvagal theory, but what was the prequel? What are the simple skills that we need to be in our bodies in a way that is not overwhelming? So we're going to go through, in this workshop that's coming up, we're going to go through the first 4 cranial nerves. And if you have watched the channel, you can see the videos I've made. But just for today, I want to talk about one of my favorite cranial nerves, which is the first one, which is for your sense of smell. So what I love about this nerve and about the organ that it's connected to, and the pathway of the nerve deep into your being. Just to get curious about this one nerve can open up a whole world of relief for you. So the first thing to know about it is where the organ is, the organ of smell. So if you touch right here in between your eyes, and then you imagine like an inch inside your head, which is composed of, doesn't matter how many, but a lot of different interlocking bones. There's this beautiful little bone that sits, it's hidden. It's not on the outside of the skull, it's on the inside. And it sits about an inch back right between your eyes. And it has this beautiful little organ that sits right on top of it, that has tendrils that go into your sinuses. And so right now as you're breathing and the air is going out, it feels warm inside your sinuses. And then when you breathe in, especially if you breathe in through your nose, it feels a little cooler. So you can feel it inside your sinuses, and this organ isn't one that you can feel in the classic sense. But as your body is breathing you and the air comes in, it has chemicals in it. And these little, this little organ with the little tendrils that come down into your sinuses, it can perceive a combination of like 400 chemicals, and it can put them together. And it sends all of that information straight back along this nerve pathway, straight back. It doesn't cross from the right side to the left hemisphere or anything. It just goes straight back to the right and left hemisphere from the right and left side. And it goes straight into your limbic system, straight in. It doesn't go through any other complicated parts of your brain. It just goes straight into the core emotional part of your brain. And so if you put your hand right in front of your face and you just breathe, you get this kind of wash. It's not exactly felt sensation, but it's powerful sensation. And this is the first sensation you have when you're born, is the smell of your mom. And so in a profound level, it links into your emotional system and your emotional memory. So we're gonna spend a whole probably day, or at least a couple of hours on this one nerve, learning about it, but also experiencing it in our bodies so that you can tap into that whenever you need to. And it's simple. And then you could use that to understand more complicated systems of embodiment. So I hope that gives you a taste of what we're going to do. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be April 2nd and 3rd. You can find out more information in the description below. And just keep coming back to the channel because I'll keep sequencing through the nerves, and we'll go back to the vagus, but I wanted to stop and let you know about this workshop. Okay, peace and love. Thanks for watching.